Welcome to my pool! And welcome back to my channel, Strawburbs. So today, we're doing a pool party pickup pile! So I'm like so excited to do this, if you didn't notice. So the piles we are doing today, the reading we are doing today is how does your energy affect them versus how does their energy affect you. So it's kind of like a connection reading, but how do you guys affect each other? Are you compatible? How do you trigger each other? How do you help each other grow? So this could be for a relationship, a situationship, a friend, like really take it however it resonates. It's just kind of going to be the energetic dynamic that you guys have on each other. So, before we get into the piles, which are pretty interesting here, by the way. I pulled 2 cards for each pile to kind of get the dynamic for both of you guys, and I will explain that. I do have a website. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, that is linked down below. I also have a Supreme Strawberry membership where I will do polls for you guys. You guys get to choose which pick a pile you want every week, and it's only for you, so only you get to see it, the Supreme Straws. Also, I go live to do paid readings every single Wednesday. If you are a Supreme member, you get $5 off every single reading that you buy, every time you come on my live and buy a reading. I think that's everything, so let's get into the piles, queenies. So, pile 1 here. We got the 8 of Wands with the Temperance. Okay, what I was getting from this is that one of you guys is super fast moving, maybe fast growing, with the colors here being orange, pink, and purple. One of you guys could be very heart-centered. You follow your heart, you move with your heart, you move, you go, you grow. With the Temperance, another one of you kind of maybe goes at your own pace, is a little bit slower here. It's kind of a balancing act, right? As for the 8 of Wands here, there's like the sun, just one globe. And here, it's a big one and then a bunch of little ones. So I would say both of you guys are equally as complex, but you definitely push each other out of your comfort zone. Okay, pile 2. We have, this is intense, 8 of Cups reversed with the Death. So immediately here, as you can notice, these cards look literally the same. They literally look the same. So I'm literally getting from this that one of you is extremely transformational. Scorpio energy could be significant. Another one of you maybe has a hard time like getting out of your comfort zone. So one person is constantly wanting to grow, the other person is constantly wanting to stay in their comfort zone, and I think that it like is a really big mirror for one person to slow down and one person to advance themselves more. And then pile 3, we have the 5 of Cups with the 4 of Pentacles. This one's interesting to me, so this is what it looks like. This is kind of giving me like optimistic, pessimistic vibes. Like emotional and logical energy. Sun and moon. I don't know, whatever couples or people that I'm reading for, they definitely are like, it's so spiritual. There's so much purple. I feel like every single pile has an element of like, you're meant to help this person grow. You guys are meant to be in each other's lives for some reason. Those are the piles. Let's get into the read. If you chose these cards, then this is your readings. Well, I literally just like choked on my spit at the beginning. There's something here that I feel like communication could be difficult. Maybe you're not in communication with this person. Maybe one of you guys has a hard time communicating. Something here feels stuck in this connection. Something feels like you don't know if it's gonna work out or not. I was like about to do this pile, and I was like falling back, and I was like, literally like this. I'm like trying to hold on, but the only way for me to go up is if I like push my leg up. So I was like, that's so weird. There's something here about not having certainty on whether this is gonna work out or not. So let's see. Let's put one on the right, one on the left. So how does their energy affect you? Oh my god, I dropped it. Whoa! The King of Cups falling in the water. What the F? This is so... Okay, you want to know what's so weird about this? Is that their card looks like this. Yours looks like this. And colors are really significant. So I feel like I'm feeling called to use this deck. The card that comes out for them next is this, which matches your card. The card that comes out for you that just fell in the water is this. I need to see it. Is it upright or reverse though? It's sideways. I need more. I need more here. Oh! Okay, so how your energy affects them. That's the first thing that I'm feeling called to focus on. Your energy affects them here. We have the Moon, the Page of Swords in the reverse position with the Ten of Swords. This hand right here feels like you, and it's even more significant that the Page of Swords is coming through in the reverse position, and it's a woman holding a sword. You affect this person because you call out illusions. Seven of Cups on the bottom as I'm saying that, and the Queen of Swords underneath that with the High Priestess. Your energy feels elusive. It feels intuitive, again, with heart-centered. Whenever I've talked about, like, manipulation before, or, like, somebody that's very heart-centered, somebody that is the High Priestess, they're not going to call somebody out with rudeness or harshness. They're going to call somebody out from their heart center. So it's like, I want what's best for you, and also what is best for you is going to be what's best for both of us. Like, you're wanting someone to honor themselves. I think that your energy here is you maybe have actually called out this person. Maybe you've actually spoken to this person. Maybe it's the way that you speak, or it's the way that you treat yourself. It's the way that you show up for yourself. But ultimately, it kind of mirrors to this person that there's things about themselves they don't necessarily know, and that they realize that if they do look at them, there's some kind of ending here. So the Page of Swords reversed is a card of being very, very hard on yourself. Your energy ultimately feels extremely loving, but also extremely stern at the same time. And I think that kind of feels confusing for this person. This person's energy literally feels like if you're consistently like calling me out, or like helping me grow, or you're mirroring to me areas where I need to be better, and this person already perfects themselves with the Page of Swords reversed, they might perceive you as like toxic. Like, you, every time I'm around you, I feel not good about myself. But it's not because you make them feel bad about themselves, it's because you're an inspiration. But this person might have a hard time allowing themselves to be inspired if they have a lack mindset, if they're hard on themselves. So it does feel like there's a little bit of like avoidance toward this connection, because there's certain things that they only look at when they're with you. Yeah, that's how it feels. They only will look at their mirror when they're with you. And when they're not with you, they won't look in the mirror. They won't look at the things that they don't like. So that's like, whenever I'm around you, I see things that I don't like about myself. When they maybe don't realize that when they're alone, they're choosing avoidance. They're not choosing reflection. As I'm saying that, I'm just realizing in my necklace, it's a dark blue color, which is intuition. It was like not even in the camera. That's so interesting here. There's a new beginning that this person, I think, knows that they could have with you, but it does feel really challenging for them. You challenge this person. You're like so loving, and it's confusing because you're loving in a disciplined way. it's like tough love. You may be a tough love kind of person where it's like, just because I love you doesn't mean I'm just going to be like fully submitted to you. Just because I love you doesn't mean I'm going to put up with things that I don't deserve. Like, love is honest, love is real. And this person might not truly understand that because they don't treat themselves that way. Like, their idea of loving themselves is either being passive and avoidant or being hard and aggressive. They're never like honest with themselves. That's the thing. I feel like this person isn't honest with themselves. So when you're honest with them, they perceive it as negative. You, on the other hand, I do feel like you're honest with yourself, and I think that's why your energy is coming through as like really fast moving. Okay, so how does their energy affect you? Let's see. How does their energy affect you? Whoa. Okay. Seven of Swords reversed, High Priestess reversed. Okay, I gotta like move around for this one. So I'm feeling you're coming out with two kings. You're coming out with the King of Cups and the King of Wands. Something that I'm like feeling about this is that you maybe are someone that has a strong masculine energy, which is why you're able to call this person out, is because you're honest with yourself. I would say that healing yourself, showing up for yourself, being disciplined with things that you need to work on is a masculine energy. And if you have a wounded feminine energy, you're gonna like overly validate yourself. You're not gonna push yourself. Like, you know, a masculine energy is like a doer. There's literally a white feather right here in my pool. Maybe that's significant for somebody. And it kind of feels like you don't trust this person to grow. I do feel like there's a trust issue here. I'm kind of getting the vibe here that you're somebody that doesn't allow yourself to like rest much. You're coming through on the Eight of Wands. The card clarifying that, girl, it's the Four of Cups reversed. And this is what the Four of Cups look like. Okay, see that? She's meditating, relaxing. This is in the reverse position, which tells me that you don't really have an off switch. All right, that's mirroring the Two of Pentacles reverse, which is even more of a there's no off switch here. So I'm kind of getting the vibe that this person affects your energy. It's like mirroring a trust issue that not only you have with them, but also with yourself. You are someone that constantly pours into yourself, but when you pour into yourself, you maybe reflect that onto others. You project that onto others. So there is kind of an energy here of King of Wands reversed with the King of Cups of, I take care of myself so well, you should do the same. I take care of myself like this, you should do the same. And there's a little bit of this energy here of, instead of when you're not happy in this connection, listen, instead of when you're not happy, you just surrender and give to yourself. It kind of feels like when you're not happy, you like try to make this person an extension of your growth. You perfect them. That's kind of the advice here, is that I feel like this person already perfects themselves. So whenever they're not showing up in your standard or at your speed, you're calling them out. But then whenever they are, you're not trusting the consistency because you don't really let them grow on their own sometimes. Yeah, it just feels like you're, like I said, you're carrying responsibility for this person's growth, which that might be a trauma response for you. Maybe you've had to carry responsibility for people's growth. Maybe you've had to carry your parents' responsibility, you know, whatever it is. But it does feel like you are choosing to say, okay, if I don't say something, if I don't show up, if I don't do this, this person isn't going to grow and I'm going to regress. Not true. You are not regressing as long as you're taking care of yourself. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You communicate for yourself, and then you let this person do their own thing. And if they don't grow, that could be a message here to just pull away. Pull back your energy. Take space. Focus on your future instead of like trying to control. For you, I'm getting kind of Virgo energy, if I'm being honest. I'm getting water sign Virgo energy. For both of you guys, though, there's a hard time trusting your intuition, but you do really love each other. The 10 of Cups here is literally in the middle with the 7 of Swords reverse and then the High Priestess reverse. So it kind of tells me that you guys have maybe played like a blame game. That's what that energy is giving me, like a blame game. Like we can't just take space, like we have to like put the blame somewhere, but we love each other. Six of Cups underneath that. Wheel of Fortune underneath that. Queen of Pentacles. So your guys' energy is very, very intense towards each other, and I think this person helps you slow down, and it mirrors to you that you may have codependency on controlling others' growth because of how much you choose to grow. And this person, it mirrors to them that they need to look at themselves when they're not with you. They need to look at themselves for themselves, not for the relationship, not for anything. They need to look at themselves for them. Okay, so that was pile number 1. Let me clear my spread and we will get to pile number 2. You chose these cards. This is your reading. Let's see here. So Scorpio could be significant. The death does rule Scorpio, and that is out here. One of you is really fucking intense. All right? One of you is like not afraid of death, not afraid to grow. The other one, on the other hand, stays comfortable in certain comfort zones that maybe aren't serving them. Let's see. How do you affect them? How do you affect them? Whoa, Hierophant coming through. Hierophant alert. Oh my god, holy shit. This person feels like a lot of fun. This is holy, wow. Okay, let me pull in here. There's a dark energy coming from this person. So that's not necessarily to say that like they're bad. Like absolutely not. I just think that this person, there's a lot of black. This person could hide themselves a lot. They could not be very open. They could not be vulnerable. I feel like this person is somebody that is comfortable keeping everything to themselves. Maybe they have like really big trust issues, but they come off as like a bunch of fun. Like that's literally how this feels here. Your energy, my god, it's so hilarious. Why are you guys opposites? Why are you guys complete opposites, for real? Every time I'm pulling, the feminine is always coming out with like, oh, a king. Okay. Okay, how your energy affects this person is they are fun, but they're also very, very dark. I don't think they show that to anybody, all right? You guys match each other's funk. I've got to say that very clearly. You guys match each other's funk. So when it comes to fun times in the relationship, I think that there's a great energy here. Again, whether this is friendship, whether this is romance, whatever it is. When it comes to other aspects of a relationship, this person tends to avoid showing themselves to you. And I think that you are fun from an inner child space. This person is fun from a teenage space. The reason why, okay, so teenage, inner child, both of them have healing to do. Both of them are not in their fullest mature energy. What I'm getting from this is that your inner child is just like pure, authentic, like fun. And a child knows that not everything's always going to be fun. Like a child knows that sometimes they'll fall and they'll cry. And they're just like kind of going with the flow of life. A teenager is going to have fun out of escapism. That's the difference here. So your energy feels like I'm having fun, but I'm not afraid to transform through fun. This person is like, I'm having fun, and I just want to have fun because underneath is heartbreak and I don't want to feel that heartbreak. So you mirror to this person the fact that there's parts of themselves that they are very unemotionally fulfilled in, and that they're avoiding some kind of life lesson. On the bottom of the deck, for both of you guys in the center, is the Hermit, the High Priestess, and the Temperance. So that tells me that for both of you guys, this connection helps you go within. It helps you process certain things. I kind of feel like you are helping this person realize that they have a lot more control over their emotions than they initially thought so. This is somebody that is scared to feel. They're scared to process. They're scared to go deep in certain emotions. And your energy is so light and playful with such dark times. The way that you transmute feelings, the way that you process things is something that this person realizes, like, I guess I could move like that as well. Why don't I move like that? Why do I avoid so much? Like, that is something that's coming through really loudly here. How their energy affects you. It feels like because they have this avoidance, rebellion, that's the word I want to use, because they have this like avoidance rebellion where they're just like, let's just have fun, let's just have fun, let's just have fun all the time. Like, that's kind of the vibe it feels. It's like they don't want to go deeper. You are either, we have Page of Wands with the Queen of Swords, clarifying each other. Queen of Swords is boundaried, strict, knows exactly what she wants. She's strict. She's disciplined. Princess of Wands, Page of Wands is like, la 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 la, like child energy. So I feel like there's kind of this vibe here where sometimes you're like, okay, we need to be serious. And other times you are like, oh my God, la 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 la. But that's also because a lack of certainty in this area. It's like this connection, like this person doesn't make you feel like you can be a balance of these. Because if you're an inner child and you're having fun, they're going to take that as, oh, we're just having fun and we're going to have fun always and forever. And then you have to whip out the Queen of Swords and be like, no, just because we're having fun doesn't mean I don't want to grow with you. It's like they'll kind of weaponize your ability to have fun and allow that to enable them into avoidance. So it does feel like for you, you kind of have to like fight for your stability. Knight of Pentacles reverse is coming through with the Six of Swords, which is kind of giving me also this energy here of like, I'm investing a lot into this, but I'm needing to like clear my mind. Like, I do think that this person is helping you grow. They're helping you learn things about yourself, but it may kind of be around where you're having to like brace in the connection rather than being able to accept it because of trust. I want to like keep going in this pile with this deck here. This is like a healing energy oracle. So let me see what comes through. Transformation is the card, and then harmony. Trust on the bottom. Okay, so I want to read the harmony card. I open myself to the divine being within me. I am the image of God, thus I have the power to bring light into my life. I turn any darkness in me into something beautiful. In the absence of resentment, anger, or doubt, I find harmony with transformation. Pink and green, which is both heart chakra energy. With the harmony, like, I felt called to read that, and the reason I felt called to read that, and it resonates because it says, like, I transmute any pain into happiness, right? This person's energy is like, I don't want to transmute it, I just want to avoid it. I just want to act like it's not there. That is something that, like, negatively affects you. Shining light in the reverse position for this person. Yeah, it's like this person does, and then manifestation of life reversed. Do you see the colors? Do you see the difference in the colors here? Yours is heart chakra energy, which is like you're speaking from your heart here. You're being authentic from your emotions. Here we have orange, yellow, and red, which is your lower chakras, which talk about your sense of safety, your sense of security. But those often are chakras that if you're living from those spaces, it's related to trauma. So that kind of is like pulling in the fact to me that what I was reading here is that there is an imbalance here because one of you needs to be kept in line, and then one of you is keeping both of you in line. You're keeping yourself in line and you're also keeping this person in line. So it does feel like you might be carrying some of the connection more than this person. I just want to note as well that this person is coming out as a knight. You're coming out as a queen and a king. So that's what I'm saying is that kind of feels like you're like, I need to be a queen, and it's mirroring the King of Pentacles. So it's like, I need to be strong about the fact that I want you to be consistent. And then this person's coming out as a knight, and you're like, I want you to be the King of Pentacles. I need you to be consistent. And this person's energy is like struggles to do that because of an avoidance of pain, something they don't want to look at, something they don't want to process. But you help them realize that they have more control over this than just avoiding it. That's really how this feels. I want to pull one card in the center. Listen to life. I am attentive to the world around me. Signs and symbols guide me to success. I listen and discover the way to eternal, with trust again on the bottom. Okay, so there's a really spiritual aspect around this relationship. If this isn't something like time or space could definitely help you guys. Somebody here is struggling with a lack mindset though, which kind of can lead to like victimization. And again, the devil is here with the King of Cups. So there's an avoidance. There's like some kind of distraction or an avoidance of lack here that kind of is affecting this relationship. So that's how you guys affect each other. That was pile number 2. Let me get to pile number 3. If you chose these cards, then this is your reading. I'm confused, but this is the only pile, honestly, that I was kind of like, like this one's a little weird to me. So let's start again here. How does your energy affect them? How does your energy affect them? They are already here in the 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords. Ooh, whoa. I feel like you're not talking. I feel like you're not in, like you might be in separation with this person. I don't like the label in separation because that's like initiating that there's going to be a reunion. You might just be not talking to this person. There might not be a current relationship going on. 2 of Wands, Justice. Whoa! 3 of Cups. This person took you for granted. Whoa. I'm not even going to start with you. I'm starting over here. This person took you for granted. Your energy is affecting them as the one thing that they held on to as a plan in their life. You gave this person guidance. Like with the 2 of Wands, it kind of feels like you were someone that consistently showed up with 3 of Cups, joy, but you also gave them a choice. It's almost like you may be mirrored to this person. If you want a true happy life, you can choose this or you can choose this. It's like with the Justice coming through here with the 3 of Swords in the reverse position, it's like you may be mirrored to this person where they're choosing pain and where they can choose love. That's not an easy decision, all right? Especially if you're not somebody that has chosen love. It's hard. Like, it's hard to choose something that you've never chosen before. So there's a very, very dark energy here. All of the cards are very dark, as you can see. You're coming through with this card. I dropped it in the water. Okay, so the fact that I dropped it in the pool here is kind of significant to the fact that you bring this person like emotional light, emotional life, connection, and joy. Okay, so this is somebody that essentially is realizing that they chose their own fear, they chose their own ego over connection, and that when you're not in their life, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with themselves. Kind of feels like there's a consistent energy of like, I'm not happy about this, but I'm happy about this. I'm not happy about this, but I'm happy about this. But the thing is they don't know what to do with it. You were someone that gave them a compass. You were someone that gave them a guide of like, you can do this or you can do this. And it's not necessarily from what you were actually speaking. It's maybe even how this person could observe you on a day-to-day basis, where they feel like they always have the choice to follow in your path because you are someone that inspired happiness, that inspired true, consistent harmony. But I feel like they lost control. They felt like they didn't have control, maybe while the connection was going. But there's a really big energy here that this person, they know that they took you for granted, and there's some regret coming through here. Let's see. How does their energy affect you? Oh my god, this is like over. What's happening? Ooh. 10 of Swords reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, 4 of Pentacles. You're guarding yourself from this person right now. Gearing on what I'm reading right now, I feel like this is something that maybe there's a lack of clarity, but I kind of feel like this person didn't show up for you in the way that you wanted them to. You're left with a lack of clarity, a lack of trust, and also fears that came from the connection. So you're guarding yourself from this person right now. Their energy is affecting you right now in the way that you don't know what this could be. It's like you saw potential in this person. You saw how they could grow. You gave them a path, Two of Wands here. And when they didn't follow it, you know that they can still always choose to follow it. So it kind of leaves you in this limbo of, I'm putting myself in a glass box. I can still see you, but I'm safe in this glass box. And there is a vibe here of like, I don't want to have unrealistic emotional expectations. It's like this person puts you in a space where you don't really know what's going to happen next, but you still love this person, especially with the Ten of Swords reversed. It's like you don't want this to be over, but it like has to be. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords reversed. That's what I'm freaking saying. It's like you're good on your own. You're fine on your own. But you're still like, I don't want this to be over, but I'm also so guarded from this person. You're willing to bridge the gap, but you're not willing to do all of the work. That's how this person's energy affects you. Your energy's like, I've carried this before. I'm not going to carry it again. I will connect with you. I will love you, but I'm not going to like carry this connection. Oh my God, almost fell in the pool again. What? Eight of Wands with the High Priestess. This is literally giving me pile 1 vibes. That's so weird. That's so weird. Okay, I'm going to get into a different deck for you guys. Oh my God. What is going on? There's something. You gave too much in this connection. Yeah, okay. Little brother, little sister, responsibility with pose, brave, flight. You will not let fear stop you this time. There's a really strong energy here that there was some kind of responsibility that you took from your childhood and you brought it into this connection. You, like, again, it was like, I'm going to be a guide. I'm going to be, like, a mother. I'm going to be a brother. Maybe you, like, parented your siblings. That could be something. Maybe you actually parented your siblings. But there's something here where you've learned from this connection that you don't want to do that anymore. You don't want a connection to be that way. And that's kind of what's leaving you in this energy of like, I'm not going to do what I did before, but I'm open to growth. I'm open if you grow. Your energy, it feels like this is hard. Like, this feels hard. This person's energy here. On the bottom, find solutions in the unknown places in the darkness with it is all right to be alone. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. This person relied on you. And I think when you guys were in a connection, they relied on you a little bit too much. And now that they're alone, they're realizing how much they relied on you. Again, like I took this for granted kind of energy. But the only way to truly heal that is to become then dependent on yourself in the way that you were dependent on the other person. Which I think right now there is this vibe here that you are an inspiration from them because you're coming out of the Nine of Pentacles. Your energy's like, they're like, I want to be as comfortable being alone, or I want to take as good a care of myself as you do. I want to be as comfortable being alone as you do. But they don't necessarily know how to do that, so it does feel like they're trying to go in and do some shadow work, like they're trying to process certain things here. There's something that they're working on in their sacral energy, like feminine, taking care of themselves, processing their emotions. I think that's something that they're working through. Oh my God, as I'm saying that, Angel, or Alice in the Sea of Tears, cast away out of your depth feeling abandoned. I just said angel. This person sees you as an angel. There's kind of this energy here where it's like, I don't know if this person like at one point didn't see you like that, but the energy here is like, you're an angel. Like you're an angel, like you were just trying to help me. Like, you're just trying to show up for me. And they maybe like didn't see that before. Like I said, I just keep getting this, like, I took it for granted kind of energy. Like, I took it for granted. The Hanged Man, I'm cutting it to the Hanged Man, which is a perspective shift. I took it for granted. I took you for granted. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm getting for this pile. I'm not really getting much more. Guys, please let me know down below how these readings resonated for you and if you liked the pool reading, because I had so much fun doing this. I love you guys so much. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.